People always asking, well, how did you start your podcast? How did you get started? How did you get your podcast in all these different outlets? The answer is Anchor. I use Anchor. It's a one-stop shop for recording, hosting, and distributing your podcast. And best of all, it's 100% free. It's easy to use, and it can match you now with a great sponsor who wants to advertise with your podcast. That means you can get paid to podcast right away. In fact, that's what I'm doing right now with this ad. I'm getting paid. It's easy to use. Just go to your Google store, download Anchor, or you go to your iTunes, download Anchor, and it's completely free. No excuses, family. The power of ownership. Take the power in your hand. Start doing. Stop watching. Start doing. Peace. All right, peace to the family. This is Brandon B. Dixon, and you're tuned into another episode of the Power of Ownership podcast. I got my guest host, Barry B., in the building. Barry, say what's up to him.
Hey, how y'all doing? How's everyone doing?
All right, so let's get it kicked off here. First, we're going to introduce ourselves. We're going to introduce the podcast and then introduce the topic here. Let me introduce myself first. My name is Brandon B. Dixon. I'm a published author, serial entrepreneur, mortgage broker. My book, Sales, the Nucleus of Any Profession, is out right now on Amazon. Get your copies on sale right now. So, get Kindle, Amazon, whatever you need to get. Secondly, right now is mortgage season. Right now is the busy season. So I'm a mortgage broker by trade. So if you want me to get you a quick quote on the mortgage, go to my website, www.applywithb.com. Again, that address is www.applywithb.com. So if you want to get a refi, cash out refi, get a actual purchase, now's the time to do it before rates creep up too high for you, or get higher and higher, because higher and higher means less buying power for you. Last thing, if you want to go ahead and call me, you call me 832-775-8357. I'm available 24/7, say for consultation. You can go to my website and book me if you want to get sales training, mentorship, consultation, either for mortgages or being a salesperson. It's www.billionaireloanofficer.com. You can go ahead and book me there or call me and we can set up a consultation. Barry, go in, introduce yourself, and then let's introduce the podcast. Let's down the road.
All right, everyone. This is Barry Bolston with Keller Williams Professionals. You can find me on Facebook at Homes by Barry B. IG, I'm at Spring Homes by Barry B. I'm on TikTok, Homes by Barry B. YouTube, my YouTube channel is Barry Bolston, Real Estate Agent. Like I said, it's getting to this busy time, getting ready to start hitting spring. So if you're looking at selling or buying a new home, you can definitely give me a call or email me at barryb@kw.com. My number is 832-786-1270.
Say that number one time. I think you went out a little bit. Say the number one more time.
Oh, okay. It's 832-786-1270.
Gotcha. All right, so now let's introduce the podcast here, The Power of Ownership. If this is your first time tuning in, what we talk about mainly is the power of actually home ownership, business ownership of intellectual properties, so on and so forth. But what we do in addition, that's a little bit twisted, a little bit more of a twist and a little bit more interesting. We bridge the gap between the unseen and the seen realm. So we kind of talk about a little bit more of the foundation, having a strong foundation and the spiritual foundation as well, and how that helps you bring things into fruition in this third density. So we kind of talk about that. So we don't just talk about the same thing over and over, how to get in the home. That's kind of boring. How to run your business. That's boring. We kind of take it to a step further and help you get, philosophy, psychology, and getting your mind right, that right mind state in order to get to the bag, get to where you need to get to, make things manifest. Look. I was looking at the word the other day, manifest. You can't. The word man is right in it. So, so it's up to you. You got to get your mind right and get it done. Let's dive right into the topic, because this topic could go a couple of different ways. So I want to leave a lot of time for us to hit this on different angles. So that's why I'm gonna jump right into it. And before I get into it, just letting y'all know, during the summer, we about to get the webcast going again. We're going to get the YouTube popping again. So log on right now. You can go ahead and subscribe to beingthatloanofficer.com. Being That Loan Officer on YouTube. So look us up on YouTube. The actual videos, the lives are coming back, and the actual produced show is coming back. So be on the lookout for that. Let's hop into it about this topic that I've been wanting to talk about. It's on everybody's radar. A lot of podcasts been talking about it, but we want to take it a step further. You know how we do it with a little bit more of a twist to it. We want to talk about interest rates, and we want to talk about the future of the economy as well. You know, especially with the, possibly the conflict that kicked off in Europe possibly spreading. You know, so we want to take a look at what the economy looking like in the next couple of years, and how high would interest rates go if we do a war type scenario. You know, so I'll start it off. I usually let you chime in, but I'll start it off, and I'll let you follow up with it. Because this is my area of expertise as far as rates. Rates is gonna. We already know this is the facts. Rates are going to be spiking 3 times this year. We just don't know how much. I'll go ahead and speculate to say by the end of the year, we're looking at possibly 6s or 7s easily. And that's just the nature of the beast. Anytime that you have a long time drawback like we did with the pandemic for almost 2 years, and at record lows, you're going to have a bounce back. And they're going to have a period where they're trying to make some of this money back that they lost, or they're trying to recover some of this money that they lost from the pandemic. So you're going to end, and it's part of the natural ebbs and flow of the economy. When you have a drawback, pullback, you're going to have the inflation. You're going to have the what we have right now, the bleeding with the bubble. You're going to have shortages. You're going to have supply chain. You're going to have everything that we have right now. So it's called quantitative easing. So what they're trying to do now is trying to raise the rates, try to slow everything down, bring everything back down to speed. That way everything could go back to normal. So it's just what it is. So what does that mean for clients? What does that mean for customers? I mean, now's the time. If you just now getting to where you're getting stable to get a house, go ahead and get it. Stop delaying, because the longer you wait, the higher rate's going to go. It just is what it is. It just is what it is. I'll let you go ahead and chime in from there.
Yeah. The last 2 years we've seen, rates, unbelievable low rates. And so, like you said, it's going to be, they're going to, I think the Fed did announce that they're going to raise the rates 3 times this year.
Right.
3 times. And so, yeah, with that, like you said, that ebb and flow is going to have to even it out. I think right now it's been pushing to the 4s right now. I think we're right about at 4%.
Right. Yeah, the 3s are gone. I did lock a guy with like perfect credit in at 3.875. I want to say this was Friday. Yeah, other than that, the 3s are kind of gone.
Yeah. Now, and like I said, it's still, and this is definitely a time to go, because like you said, you're looking at probably at the end of the year getting up to 7%. So, so you're looking at that buying power that you had if you buy a house now in March as opposed to buying that house in September or October. You can get a lot more house now than you would toward the end of the year. So it's definitely still a good time to go and buy that house. We haven't seen anything this low. 4% is still good.
Right.
You talk to your parents or people that bought their house 20 years ago and they see what the rates were then. And it's still good, but those rates are going up, and so you can get more house now than you would definitely get at the end of the year. and it's definitely time. I mean, you should have been working on your credit, but let's get that credit ready so we can get the best rate we can get, so you can get the most house for your money.
Right. And just let me say this to the people because you got a lot of people that, I don't know, they're stuck in a warp or something like that. If you think you're going to get pandemic prices in 2022, you're sadly mistaken. Those are gone. Sorry, you missed out on you missed your chance, you missed your opportunity. The door is closed. Now if they ever go back to the 2s and 3s like they was before, that means the economy's in trouble. That means America's in trouble.
Yeah, that means something else is going on.
Right. So if you ever see that again, you don't want to wish those numbers on anybody, because I mean, if you do, that means probably the demise of the democracy is coming next.
Because look what had to happen for it to get that low in the first place. We had a pandemic.
Right.
People lost their jobs because businesses had to close, and people lost their jobs, so it had to get pretty bad for those rates to get that low.
Right.
So if it's getting that low, that means it's pretty bad.
Right. So people that's hoping and shopping around to try to get pandemic prices in 2022, you're sadly mistaken. So you might as well get used to if you have perfect credit, you're looking at early 4s. There's some people that's already locking into the 5s. So it's gone. So get used to it. Brace yourself for even more increases. It just is what it is. I mean, so don't get mad at the lender. Don't get mad at, the thing is, you got to look at the mirror. The responsibility is yourself. But this is the thing as well. On the flip note, some people understand that, hey, this got to get done. You got to move. You got to get out of renting, because renting's 100% interest. So you're not getting anything out of renting besides a place to stay. You're not getting any equity. So what would you rather pay? 6% interest, or would you rather rent something and pay 100% interest? So some people realize you got to get this done. I mean, it is what it is. You're not going to get the best bang for your buck. I mean, but those rates are gone. So I would lock in before the rates get higher.
This is definitely the time to get in the market. Like I say, you missed your chance from 2020 and 2021, but I mean, it's still the time for you to get in there before it really starts to increase. Because trust me, when we start doing this, when we start doing episodes in September, October, November, trust me, we're gonna be talking some bigger numbers.
Right. But there are things, and this kind of goes to the segue of what we were talking about earlier, as far as the actual title to this show. There are things that you can do to actually supplement your income that's coming up, and this is the future economy. I want to take a look at that as well, what the future economy looks like. And as everybody knows, this is the side hustle, side gig, economy. There's several different ways now that you can make income, from online to Uber to just doing whatever you do creative and selling stuff on Etsy. So there's no excuse not to have extra income to be able to afford those rates that's coming up. So you just have to, the days of just having the one job and it's kind of over. There's so many outlets now to make money. It's ridiculous. So I want to kind of touch on that as well. So that way you can supplement that income. Yeah. I had a woman a while back that, was walked away from getting a deal on a house at $215 because she was like $100 off her budget. So with today's economy, for now, like I said, in about a month or so, she's gonna be priced out of that house completely. $215 is gonna be hard to come by in a second. It's gonna be $250 on up here in Houston. I know some economies like California and all that, those are, you're not gonna find anything for $250. So it's a different ball game. You're gonna have to have money coming in. The thing about inflation and the thing about having a lot of money, you're really gonna have to have a lot of money You know, this is what it is. That's what inflation does. Stuff costs more for the same goods.
Yeah, and like you said, there's a lot of ways that you can make extra money now, or side hustle, or so whatever word you want to use. Let's be a producer and not a consumer.
Right.
There are a lot of people out there with talents, and now, with the internet now, you can take those talents and sell them online. Whether it's making something, designing something, you can do it online where the cost is low to you, and you can use that as at income to help you, and it can grow. Like you said, you got Uber, and you got DoorDash, and all these other places that the Uber Eats and all this other stuff that you have that can help supplement that income. Those days of one income. Oh no, those days are over.
Right. I want to tap into this.
If you're married, even two incomes is
right.
One of y'all might have to have a side hustle, have three incomes coming in.
Right. I want to kind of mention this as well, but we're going to do a whole show about this probably next week. But we really need to explore, especially in our community, group economics. I know it's hard for us to get along and all this stuff here, but you got your girlfriend, you got your fellas, you got your partners, maybe getting together, and a lot of other groups and communities do the same thing. They pool their money together and get where they want to go. Instead of yourself want to be the landlord, man. Hey, listen, get you in 2 or 3 partners, then y'all get that quad, y'all get that 4 doors. And go from there, and then y'all living in, and then until y'all, where it's virtually cheap or damn near nothing, and then from there you get you some rental properties. The girlfriends are the same way. Get yourself a triplex, get yourself a quad. Y'all all living in it. Until y'all get to where y'all need to go. And like I said, our community not it's like only 25% married now. So like if we got all these single people trying to get houses, and we renting, we are supplying the rent chain. You see what I'm saying? So if y'all want,
we were talking about earlier about how we need to come together.
Right.
We need to come together.
Right. So y'all might want to.
I was reading somewhere. I don't know if it was in Alabama or Georgia. It was it was like some family members that got together and bought some land.
Right.
And they're going to be Georgia. Up like a mall or something.
Right. Right. I think it was Georgia.
I don't know if that was in Alabama or Georgia or somewhere.
Yeah, that was in Georgia. I think they're doing like a farm or something like that. They're getting together.
Okay, yeah.
So yeah, there's all kind of ways to do this. It's a matter of, putting the ego aside and trying, to actually do something. A lot of people think because they're making $50,000 a year, they're too big to do Uber on the weekends. It's crazy.
I know, right?
I got a job. I'm a teacher. I can't do Uber. Nah, you just, you could, the stuff that you're doing for free, do creative, you can sell this on Etsy. You can get your own store. You can do your own T-shirts. It's so many opportunities.
Sell them on Amazon. Even Amazon, you can sell your stuff on Amazon.
Right. Be a drop shipper. Right. So there's all kind of ways.
A lot of avenues, a lot of ways to make that extra money to make up for that interest rate going up.
Right.
You can, your buying power can be high.
Right. So there's so many ways it's going to cater. If you don't know about business right now, don't have an LLC formed, and with the tax benefits as well. There's so many things that you can write off. If you don't have an LLC right now, you're missing the boat. If you don't have a single member LLC where you got some type of business online where you can write off your taxes and at least your meals and stuff like that as business expenses, you're missing the boat. And again, I'm not a tax attorney, but United States is set up as a corporation. You got to learn how to do business, if you want to be ahead, so period. So you got to get an LLC form. Now's the year to do it. There's so many ways you can write off taxes. Also, underneath your personal, and once you're an owner, you can write off your property tax. You can write off your interest that you spend on your mortgage as well. So all that's tax deductible. As opposed to renting, if you're a renter right now, single renter, no kids, you are the bulk of the taxpayer. You pay more tax than a millionaire.
Yeah.
You pay, you pay the single people with no kids, that's renting. You are the taxpayers. Half of your check is gone.
Yeah, I used to hate those days.
Right.
When you put on that single zero with especially no dependents. Oh
Right.
my goodness.
Right. So you
making 50,000. You making about 35.
right. Well, yeah, probably less than that. You probably making 30. So I mean, and you pay more taxes per capita than Donald Trump.
Yep.
Because you don't have any. No, I'm not saying get kids, but you don't have any businesses where you could depreciate anything. You don't have any. You're not owning anything. So again, that's hence the name of this program is the power, especially in this country. The power is in ownership. Period. It just is what it is. A lot of people don't understand about IP, intellectual property. I don't want to get too much into it, but I just spent a whole bunch of money to getting some patents on two things and intellectual property. So, but even if I don't execute it, this licensing my patent I could live off that the rest of my life.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of people don't understand about intellectual property. I see a lot of people that's got businesses, got names. They're in music. They do music. I look them up. The name's not even trademarked. Like I don't get it. Like how you gonna build up a brand and anybody can come along and take it and capitalize and make money and monetize off your brand that you create because it's not protected.
And you can't do anything about it.
You can't do anything about it. So we gotta wisen up, man. If we want to do business, we gotta learn how to do business. LLCs, get your trademarks, get your patents, and everything like that, so you could generate that. It's like Cardi B trademarked a word that she created. Now, anytime
when she rolls her R's or something.
Right? Yes. I mean, just like Michael Buffer trademarked "Let's Get Rid of the Rumble." Anytime somebody say that, they got to pay him royalties. Mr. T back in the days trademarked "I Pity the Fool." So it's stuff like that, man. If you come up with it and it becomes popular, you could get paid off that. You get royalties off that. Somebody says that in a movie, you could say, you get paid off of that.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of ways, and I mean, and everything is researchable too. Taking that idea, you might have an idea for a new product.
Right.
If you want to come up with a product, if you're solving a problem,
right,
make that a product and then sell it. You're just solving a problem.
Right.
I see a lot of stuff where people are like designing clothes now, and they put outfits on, TikTok and all that. I'm like, you got to trademark that, and you need to set up your company first.
Right.
Somebody to take that.
Not only that, but dances. A lot of people do all these dances on TikTok for free, and and people come right behind them and monetize it. Put it on video games. Put it on here. Put it in the metaverse, and you created the dance, and you're not even getting paid for your creation.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, but a lot of times we want to, especially in our community, we want to get the fruit without actually planting the seed and watering the plant and watching it grow into a tree. You got to actually, if you want to really eat the fruit and enjoy your fruit, you got to plant the seed and watch the tree grow. And that's the work that a lot of us don't want to do. We don't want to do the work to actually get it to where we can eat like that.
Yeah, a lot of people, like you said, in our community, we see somebody that's driving a big car in the big house, and that's what we want, but we're not willing to do what they had to do.
Right.
I mean, you know how many times did they wake up at 4 a.m, and they stayed up all night working on a concept, and somebody was going out, or you were going out to the club.
Right.
You can't be mad at them.
Right.
They sacrificed to get where they are now.
Right. Exactly. I mean,
we want that instant gratification, but you got to put in that work.
My mentor used to always say, Mattress Mac, you got to make a deposit before you make a withdrawal. I mean, it just is what it is. A lot of people want to get money out of something or do a job, do as less as possible at the job, and make maximum wage or do as minimal. They want to be rich or live a lavish lifestyle, luxury lifestyle off of somebody else's dime or through pure luck. You know, and that's not how this works. Competence, like Kevin Samuels always said, competence get compensated. How are you competent? What type of skills do you have to make that high income? You know, and the number one thing that I've heard today, everybody wants to be is a YouTube influencer. You know, because it looks like from the outside looking in, it looks like there's people that's talking in front of a camera and making millions of dollars, but they don't understand the preparation and the target audience and get the marketing. And marketing is a skill. It's not just pure luck. Marketing, there's a degree. That's why there's a college degree in marketing. Marketing is a skill. You know, and a lot of people don't understand that. It's just not something, all right, I'm going to do it, and hopefully somebody likes it. You know, they take the music, signing a record label, signing to a record label approach. Oh, somebody likes it, it's going to take off. Nah, man, these guys.
A lot of companies, that's their major expense is marketing.
Right. A lot of people, they say they
the best product in the world, but if nobody knows about it.
Right. A lot of people see these people making millions of dollars, but they don't understand that they're spending millions or $100,000 to make those millions of dollars. Mm-hmm. They don't understand that. They think it's just, all right, I was sitting there in front of a microphone and talking. Nah, all of those mini ads, all of that has to be paid for and targeted, and you know, all of that it's a money pit, but it generates money. So a lot of people are scared to put that money first, and then most times you got to put the money first. A lot of people think the otherwise, you know. So some people made it out. Look at Kevin Samuels. He took 4 or 5 years before he had that one viral moment, but it took 4 years of his life in order for it to finally pop. It can happen for you like that, but look at the time it took him.
Yeah, most of the time it doesn't. Yeah, it's over time. Was the saying, "Scared money makes no money"?
Right. Just like anything in business, if you want to put lighter fluid on it, that lighter fluid costs. That's cash. You want the fire to get bigger quicker, it's going to cost you money. So it just is what it is, you know. I mean, if you're trying to come in and make a dollar out of 15 cents, look for the long haul. You got to compensate what you lack in cash for dedication, growth, studying, education. That's the thing that you need to do, because you don't have the money to do it. That's what you need to do. You know, so a lot of us don't want to do that. A lot of us just want to, oh, I tried it, and then try the next thing. Oh, I tried it, and then try the next thing. And you're never going to get anywhere like that. Same thing, and this relates to, same thing with people with these houses, the first-time home buyers. Like, you know, they keep kicking the can down the road. Like, all right, I'm going to try this lender. And hopefully he tells me something magical, where it's easy for me. Oh, it's not magical or easy. All right, I'll wait till next end. Then let me try this realtor. Maybe he has something magical. That's not how this goes. You really want a house, you need to put your foot down and get a house. You know, and stop waiting for the magical thing to come in the house to just run into you.
Yeah. And like I hear people say they're going to shop mortgage companies. You know, I mean, the rate, you're not going to find too much difference in rates.
Right.
Because it's set. You know, 1/8 to maybe a quarter difference you might find. So going to 3 and 4 and 5 different ones, they're going to tell you the same thing that the first one did and the second one did.
Right.
Most of the time.
Right.
You know? But
well,
you want to find somebody that has good service. And if you have to bog down and do something, if you have to not go out as much and start saving that money and paying some of these bills now, then that's what you're going to have to do. There's no magic pill.
Right. A lot of people looking for that magic pill to, you know, I'm going to go to this one and this one and this one. See, and then, like I said, a lot of that with the shopping, that's taught through, they understand that's commercialized through the aggregate services like Lending Tree. Lending Tree gets paid off of you going to their website and shopping mortgages. That's why they preach that. That's not necessarily good consumerism. You know, that's what they advertise because that's what they get paid off of. You know, so, but people think that's the norm. That's not the norm. It's really just wasting your time. You know, you're running your credit. Sometimes I've seen people that running credit so much they didn't knock themselves out of contention. with the inquiries.
Yeah.
You know, so that's not good consumer. Do you go to 3 different Burger Kings to see which one has the best fries?
Yeah.
You know.
Like I said, it's not that much difference in them.
Right.
Service is going to be the main difference.
Right. Do you go to 3 different gas stations? You know, so I mean, it just is. Sometimes it's you can do your research online. I mean, and then from there, you know, when it's time to strike, it's all on you. If you want to get into a house, you will. All this, those finicky people that's finicky by, or think that you're being finicky is being a good consumer. You're just being a non-productive person. You're not even a consumer because you're not consuming anything. You're just being non-productive. You know, so it just is what it is. So, anything else you want to add to the topic? I know we're at the 30-minute mark right now.
Not really. I think one of the main things that we did say is, you know, yeah, those rates are going up, but this still is a good time to do it. Right now, when you start in March, April, you know, let's not wait until October, November. Go on, let's start that process now. Those rates are up, but they're still good.
Right. I mean, yeah, the rates. I even think 5, 6, or 7. Those are decent rates. Think about it. You go to you'll get a 20-25% interest rate on the credit card and not blink. You'll get 9-10% on a car and not blink. You know, I know mortgage is a little bit more, but it's spread out longer. You see what I'm saying? And it's tax deductible. Interest that you're paying on your car is not tax deductible. You see what I'm saying? So there's trade-offs. You know, so and you know you could depreciate the house and stuff like that. I mean, once you get rental properties and stuff like that. So, I mean, there's benefits in owning homes as opposed to renting. There's a lot more benefit to it. I mean, it just is what it is. I mean, I would, get in as soon as possible. Don't forget when I get you pre-qualified, the pre-qualification letter lasts about 4 months, so you got room to shop. Plus, if you don't know where you're at right now, the good thing is to actually apply the way you at least know where you're at. If you're not if you don't qualify, I can coach you into getting to where you could get qualified as opposed to shooting in the dark. So
yeah, you know what you need to do.
Right. Don't wait to 30 minutes before your lease expires to go ahead and try to get a house. Yeah,
I hate that.
Right. It's almost.
My lease is up at the end of the month. It's like, okay, and
right. If your lease expires in June, now is the time right now to get pre-qualified. You got 4 months. That way, it gives you time to shop, and then by the time we close, you can sync that up with possibly getting out a little bit early of your lease. So I would rather be early than late, because if you're late, you're gonna either have to sign another 6 months at probably a hiked rate because they're gonna increase it. I never seen rent. The better you pay, the more that they hike your rent. That's crazy.
Yeah, they or you do a month to month, and they really jack it up.
Yeah, then they're gonna jack it up month to month, so you're gonna pay more. So you want to be proactive instead of reactive. So now's the time to go. If you expire in June, you should be applying right now. So that's a good segue to end the show. Let's go ahead and promote at the end. So go ahead and apply right now. www.applywithb. That's BEE like the bumblebee. Go ahead, get started right now. Let's get to it. Let's get down the road. Let's get you in the house, and because it got to get done. If you're renting, it got to get done. Deep down, it's about time. Unless you want to be a renter the rest of your life, and then you got to think about retirement at that point. Now I have nothing to retire on, because now I'm gonna. Do you want to be in survival mode the rest of your life? You got to ask yourself that, as opposed to, hey, I own my home, or by the time I finish, I retire, my home's paid for. All I got to do is pay my property taxes. Then I got equity. I can always refinance or do a HELOC. Whenever I get in a jam, I can take out part of the equity and pay whatever I need to pay down, as opposed to renting. And anything happens, you got to rely on the landlord. And then if that landlord don't do it, then what? You gonna sue him?
Yeah.
Or move somewhere else? So we got to get real, man. Like, this got to get done, man. www.applywithme.com. You call me 832-775-8357 if you got any questions. Again, go to my website if you want to book me for sales training, consultation. If you want to get in the mortgage business, I do have team slots available. Go to www.bnloanofficer.com. A copy of my book. It's available right now on Amazon. I'll put in Brandon B. Dixon, B-E-E, Dixon, and it'll pop up. Sales, the nucleus of any profession. If you want to learn how to sell, that's a skill. That's another skill that you could that's going to be needed in the new economy. If you can't sell and market, you're going to be lost, and you're not going to be able to make as much income as you could. You got to learn how to sell and market in this new economy. Barry, go ahead. Tell them what you got going so we can get out of here.
All right. So on Facebook, you can come to homesbybarryb.com. One word, homesbybarryb.com. I'm on IG, also Instagram, Spring Homes by Barry B. I have a YouTube channel, Barry Bolston, real estate agent. You can just put Barry in there, or you can put Homes by Barry B, and you can search that, and I'll come up. Also, my website is www.homesbybarryb.com. You can, if you have a question that you want to ask, you can definitely go get on the contact form. You can email me at barryb@kw.com. My phone number is 832-786-1270. All right.
All right.
I can definitely help you, and I can point you in the right direction. So just if you have a question, you can call me, or you can call Brandon, and we can get you on that road.
All right, so we're not gonna have a solution section this on this one, because we all know the solution. Solution is act now. So from there, this is all on you. It's all on you as a person. Do you want to take advantage, be responsible, respond to your abilities, and get going now, or do you want to kick the can down the road? And the more you kick the can down the road, the longer it is to get back. So the longer you wait, the longer it is to get back. So it is what it is. So we'll see y'all next week with another broadcast. Don't forget that God is a verb and personal responsibility is your only savior. With that, we're going to say peace.